Hello, hello, hello. My name's Everything Explained, and we are back. This is the second of the six Halloween horror stories animated. So let's get into this. Hopefully, it's better than the first one, because that first one was ridiculous. Those are just straight pussies.
As we slowly enter the fall season, I'd like to share a story with you that happened to me a few years ago. I have mentioned this story to some of my close personal friends and family, many of which don't believe me, and that's fine. They probably think I'm just joking around or trying to scare them, but I know I experienced something that night, and I wish I had a better explanation for it. At the time these events took place, I lived on a quiet street a little outside the city, but not quite into the suburbs.
Bro, why do all these niggas walk like they got shot in the leg? This shit is insane.
My street had a big rundown house at the very end of the block that was across from an unused parking lot and an out-of-business bar. The person who inhabited the house before it became dilapidated was Mrs. Morgan. Mrs. Morgan was an old curmudgeon in every sense of the word. Every time my friends and I would walk by the house, she would yell at us and make some insanely random comment like we were trampling her garden or using her garbage to play hide-and-seek or some other incoherent nonsense
Me and my friends at 16 would have egged her house.
that wasn't true. Even though my friends and I did get into some adolescence trouble around the neighborhood, we never did anything to Mrs. Morgan. Our parents always told us that we should try and be nice. I mean, she was a widow and had no children, so it must have been a pretty lonely life. Rewind about 3 years ago, and Mrs. Morgan unfortunately passes away, and the house becomes abandoned and, I believe, eventually condemned. At least there were signs on the boarded-up windows and doors, but I never got close enough to read what they said. Needless to say, it became an eyesore for the community in what was a pretty quiet and uneventful street. My girlfriend at the time only lived a couple of blocks, and I would usually walk to and from her house when we hung out. It was literally a 4-minute walk, tops, so it was no big deal. I would pass Mrs. Morgan's abandoned house and the empty parking lot with the out-of-business bar every time I walked to and from her house.
Damn, an abandoned house and an abandoned bar right across the street from each other? Bro, this does not seem like a safe neighborhood. You should not be out walking at night, my guy. The cooch ain't worth it, bro. It's not worth your life, man.
Now fast forward to a few years ago, the last time I ever made that walk. It was about 3 a.m. on Halloween night.
Bro, I fucking swore on everything, dog. This nigga look like he just got done listening to Coldplay. He's like, I'm about to fucking go tell my girl about how deep I am. Like, bro, I swear on everything. Who drew this nigga? This nigga look like a teenage Superman without the costume on. Like, fuck out of here, bro. This nigga is ugly.
I guess technically November 1st, and I was walking home from my girlfriend's house. I was supposed to be home way earlier in the night, but we both
I'm sorry. What is, if you're looking at the screen, what is wrong with these? Like, who drew this shit? Like, I mean, dog, if that's what your woman's chest look like, get back on Tinder.
fell asleep watching scary movies and pigging out on the extra candy her parents didn't hand out. As I made it to my street and started my walk past Mrs. Morgan's house, I heard a noise. I stopped for a minute to make sure it wasn't a skunk because, for some odd reason, that's the first thing that popped in my mind when
Why does it matter? Who gives a fuck what's going on, bro? She gone. She is gone. Nigga, that house is empty. Whatever is going on in that house got nothing to do with her. So just keep moving, bro. Go get them legs. Cause goddamn, bro, you fucking up. I think I heard a skunk. Nigga, what the fuck, bro? There's a woman waiting on you, and you over here worrying about a goddamn forest animal? Bro, I swear on everything. I hope you don't make it out of this story. I mean, you telling this story, so obviously you're okay. But I swear on everything, you fucking suck.
I heard the noise. I slowed down a little bit and looked at the house as I proceeded cautiously. That's when I noticed the front door that was usually boarded up and had a sign posted on it was now open.
Like I said, even more of a sign. You should just mind your business and just keep it moving.
I tried to rationalize why the door was now open, saying to myself it was probably the wind, but then again, it was a beautiful, calm night. I then paused in front of the house and looked directly at the front door, and that's when I saw her, Mrs. Morgan, right there, staring back at me. I knew for sure it was her. But how? She had passed away, and the house was clearly unlivable for anyone else. At this point, I was so scared that I just shouted something out. I don't even remember if it was words or just noises. The figure stepped onto the front porch and continued to stare at me.
Wait a second.
This
They actually draw her. Okay, they did a shitty job drawing her as a ghost. Like, I mean, looks like her legs are like kind of see through, but like other than that, she looks the same as she did in the last scene. Whoever drew this, you did a shitty job. You fucking made this on a fucking cell phone or some shit.
The figure stepped onto the front porch and continued to stare at me. I broke my stare and just started running back to my house, turning back every now and then to see if she was still staring at me or perhaps following me. I made it back to my house probably 30 seconds later and opened the side door and went down to my room. I didn't sleep for the rest of the night. I'm not sure if I was overtired or just had scary things in my subconscious with it being Halloween and watching movies all night, but I know I saw Mrs. Morgan standing there only a couple of feet away from me. Whether it was a true paranormal encounter or something that my mind made me think I saw, I won't ever know for sure. But hey, they always say
What the hell does she have all those spots on her? Bitch look like she got chicken pox or some shit.
that the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest on Halloween. And now, I actually believe it.
Like, I swear on everything. Like, this bitch looks like she got the most insane rash of all time. Like, I get it, bro. But, like, yeah, I get she's not alive anymore. But is this what a corpse looks like? Like, I mean, what? Like, did she get shot like 60 times or some shit, nigga? Is that what all those like little dents are for? Because goddamn, bro, like, this is not what I remember. I've been to a funeral before, man. This is not what the person in the casket looked like. This bitch looked like Swiss fucking cheese, my nigga. Alright, so anyway, like I said in the last video, we are going to go ahead and be breaking this up in, that was 5 pieces, but it looks like it's 6. That last story looks extremely long, so I'm interested to see what that's about. But again, if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe. Let me know what you may talk about next in the comment section, because I am talking about absolutely everything. Any suggestions anyone has, I am doing a review, breakdown, or just my opinions. Whatever you want to see, I'm doing it for free. But anyway, if you enjoy the video again, like, subscribe, let me know what you may talk about. And I have the part 1 to this video. It should be right there. Should be right here on the side. It's the part 1 to this 6 Halloween horror stories animated. Again, also, follow Martin Animations. And that video for part 1 should be right there. It was a pretty ridiculous video because all of these videos are ridiculous, but hey, we love them, we watch them, we break them down, we review them, and we react to them. My name is Everything Explained, and I will catch you in the next one.